like movies.
Yeah, we do like movies. We like a lot of movies. These lists are going to be really different.
Oh, I was building up to something. Yeah, but they're very different. But
Okay,
I was building up to the fact that we like a lot of movies, and sometimes we'll talk about movies off the record, and we'll recommend each other movies.
That's true.
And you did that this time.
I did.
Shot up to the top of the number 5 list.
Number 5 with a song.
Sing Street.
Oh, how would I know? How did I know? I didn't know. I just guessed.
You did because you said
I recommended Sing Street. This will come up later.
It might come up later, but Sing Street's really good. Oh man. So Sing Street is, I think, the director is John Carney, who's an Irish filmmaker. He did Once, which you might know from the musical, which was on in Toronto.
It was also at the Oscars. That's right. Best song, I believe.
Yeah. Once is a good movie, great movie, love it. Sing Street.
The better movie.
Also, what's that?
I think it's a better movie.
A better movie?
A better movie than Once.
Yes, I will agree on that. Sing Street is kind of like, except for a few things. Again, a few issues I have.
There's a few issues with it. Yeah, sure.
But what is Sing Street? Sing Street is based. How would we best describe it? It is set in the 80s in Ireland, and it's about this kid in high school who decides to impress a girl by starting a band and saying that, hey, you should be this model for music videos. And it's kind of like, it's not a musical, but it's very much about music.
Yeah.
And he starts a band, right? So,
Start a band.
Yeah. And it's very much a coming of age story, but
it is very much a coming of age.
It's also about like a time and place, right? And I have to be very specific when I say it's like 80s Ireland, because there's a reason why
I agree.
It's set that way.
True. Yeah. It's true, because it is about kind of casting off the shackles of like, because he's told like no by everybody except, and he does it for love, which is so cliche, but it's so funny because it's so 80s that way.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the music in this movie, it would be kind of boring.
But the movie gets away with it because it rationalizes its own musical.
Exactly, because they're music videos.
They're making music videos, but it's also let me express what I'm feeling in my head by putting it to song, because that's exactly what he does in the plot. John Carney's the only one that
I don't know.
In a weird way, like not Baz Luhrmann, but like he's clearly about music, but he does it in ways that feel very real and resonant to him.
Absolutely,
right?
Where Baz Luhrmann likes to do this. Yeah, he has to flap his wings. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really tired. Where he likes to take like this genre and this set of music and go, it's stupid. This guy goes, well, this is a real time and place. It exists, and I'm gonna put music into it. Because it's also the mindset too. Like everyone remembers when they heard their first like David Bowie song in the 80s or the 70s. Everyone remembers when they listened to Nirvana in the 90s and what that life was like. Because everyone remembers a point when they heard the music that defined that era.
They have songs and albums that are so attached to a time and place for them, right? Yeah.
And that's what this movie does best. And I think it's great that it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Anything?
No, it's good.
Okay, we're good. We're moving on. Gold Beds again.
Gold Beds.
Number 5 for me is Kubo and the Two Strings.
I really wanted to see it. I'm so disappointed.
It sucks because you can't see it on the big screen, but it's still good on the small screen.
Yeah.
Here's the truth. I gotta be full disclosure again. Full disclosure, fifth time. I'm never gonna see this movie again.
What?
I'm not gonna watch this movie again. The one thing about these movies, Coraline, although I love Coraline, Paranorman, I really love Paranorman, Box Trolls, which I didn't see and I kind of have to go back to. And now this one, Kubo and the Two Strings. There's one thing about these movies that actually make them amazing, but also very hard to rewatch, is that they are so structured in such an adult kind of like dramatic way. I always feel like by the end of these movies, I don't want to fucking watch those movies again. Like, Coraline's great, but by the end of it, you're like, jeepers creepers. Same with Paranorman. You've seen Paranorman, right?
No. Serious question. Are these the kinds of movies I try to watch but you find are too depressing?
Oh my god. I watched Peace Dragon. Same thing. By the end of Paranorman, same way. Paranorman's like supposed to be this homage to horror films. But by the end of it, it's so sad. And you get to the kind of the crux of like what's going on. You're like, Jesus Christ. This is a kid's movie. And the thing with Kubo is the most adult. Like, I didn't cry, but when I reflect on it, I go...
You get teary-eyed?
I go, Jesus. But the thing about it is, like, in every level... And there's another animated movie coming up on this list that I don't know if it's better, but on every level of animation ever done to this point, this is at the top brass.
Audience, I want to point out, because I'm closer to Sean, he's looking a little teary-eyed as he talks about this.
Brass, and I won't tell you anything about the story essentially, but if you love like Avengers and you love action, like, because that's the thing about I was worried about, like, it wasn't going to be any cool action stuff, but it's like it's martial arts, it's cool, like
for a stop motion movie, by the way.
I can't even like it gives you goosebumps to tell you, like, you can't understand what's in this movie until you see it, because it's stop motion and it's like there's action sequences that are out of video games. games. Like there's this one where the monkey's fighting with these two like crazy like witches, and they're throwing shit and they're dodging and they're throwing wires and weapons and swords, and I was like, if Disney can't, like, why can these guys do this at $60 million? $60 million, they can make this movie, and Disney spends like $200 on like Moana, which Moana is fine, but like that's the thing. These guys are killing it, and this movie did not do well, and it's crazy to me. Yep. Kubo and the Two Strings, number 5.
Number 4.
Well, like bullet. What?
Number 4 is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I didn't see it yet. I'm a shithead.
I thought you did.
No, I never saw it. Just don't ruin it for me.
So 10 Cloverfield Lane stars John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and the third person that I don't always remember. Some dude. Movies. You might recognize the fact that it has Cloverfield in the name, because you guys might remember the monster movie from 2009, 2007.
I sure as hell don't, because I never saw that one either.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, yeah, it's not a monster movie. It's basically a trapped house movie where essentially they're essentially in a bunker while what the John Goodman character believes to be is a virus or some sort of like viral outbreak, right?
Don't go there, you'll die.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're sort of looking at it from the perspective of Mary Winstead's character, where we're kind of going, is this guy for real, or is this kind of a kidnapping situation where she's just sort of being like led to believe that? And there's evidence either way. I won't spoil the movie for you, but part of the thrill of this movie is that this was unexpected. No one expected a Cloverfield sequel, and we were still kind of confused as to what the plan was after they announced it, because we go, wait, wasn't Cloverfield a monster movie? Is this related? And again, not spoiling anything, but you almost have to put that aside and realize that there is such a I could talk about this so much, but one thing that's really interesting is that this is such a great closed door movie in terms of like you just have 3 characters. It's all about the stakes, about the dynamic of the
cheap
three,
movie,
right? Yeah, cheap, but
oh my
god, thrilling. Yeah. It's absolutely thrilling.
Came out of nowhere, because remember they just did a secret. It was a secret, and they dropped the trailer.
They dropped the trailer not for any big blockbuster movie. They dropped it for 13 hours in Benghazi, the fucking movie based on the
13 hours. The
13
Michael
hours,
Bay thing. Yeah. And no one. And I remember when it came on, people were like, "What? There's a sequel to Cloverfield?"
Yeah. I have a lot to say, but again, I brought it up there because even without talking about all the kind of like Hollywood distribution, all that stuff, still a solid movie. Great.
It's
movie.
strange that they actually made it. I'm glad. Well, it's because it was cheap. That's how these movies get made, guys. Hollywood, it's either Marvel big or it's cheap as shit. Because I heard that movie was like $15 million to make. Number 4 with the bullet.
Bullet to the head.
Green Room. This is gonna come up later.
Oh,
Green Room is number 4. Green Room. Here, what can we say about Green Room? A deeply flawed film.
A deeply flawed film.
Wow, there's some issues. There's some issues that I have with the movie, unfortunately. But I want to talk about. So something I thought about this movie. If you don't know what it is, essentially it's the late great Anton Yelchin.
Wow. Yeah.
It's hard to realize that he's gone because like the guy kills in this movie. Bums me out. But he is in this movie, as same with Imogen Poots, and I think that's
Patrick
Stewart. Which, if you ever heard the Nerdist episode where he talks about how he got the script and stuff like that, it's really interesting. I love the man for doing this movie because he is awesome. Mm-hmm. And so the thing about this movie, it's about like this band. They're pretty neutral. They don't they're a punk band. They're not like racist or anything like that. But they end up playing a show. They get a gig at a neo-Nazi club
in like the backwoods,
which is terrifying just in general when they show up. But the thing about that, what's weird, and this is why I like the movie so much, is they're actually kind of nice to them. Like they're not mean. Like the people who host the party, at first they're just kind of like, here, go play your thing, put your shit in here. Okay, goodbye. Here's your money, and they pay them. But then if you've seen the trailer, shit goes awry, right? Because they see something they shouldn't have.
I mean, a lot of the ways that they sold it was that it's punks versus neo-Nazis, right? Like, it's the log line of, like, oh, how fucking badass and cool is that?
Yeah, it's
but it's not really that.
It's not that at all. But it does deal with a group of people that are violent and these people who get mixed up in it. And the fact that they are neo-Nazis deals with... It's not trying to say something about neo-Nazis. It's just using them more as, like, a villain, I guess. But I think
more about fanaticism and the idea of the structure of...
the structure is important, because they talk about the red laces, and I never knew about the red laces thing until this movie, and now I realize that it's a thing. And it's a scary movie, definitely. There's some great moments in it. It's tense as shit, but there's a couple things I really don't like, and it's this need to make a movie, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's this need to make a movie, and when you have your movie structure and you have your characters, And sometimes filmmakers think it's really cool to just have chaos and then just people just drop like flies for no reason, especially the ones that you've kind of been hanging on to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of went, okay. I was hoping for a little more of like a maze, intense, run around, scary kind of thing. And it doesn't really happen. It's just more like at one moment everything goes chaotic. Everything kind of just ends up shitty. And then it's just, we're in the woods now for the last like 30 minutes. So that bugged me. I think that's the only drawback and why it's not higher on the list. I just want to say one last thing. There's this part with the dogs. It's so sad and upsetting at the end. And I'm a dog lover. There's this part where you just realize it sucks what they make dogs do, man. It sucks.
Wow.
It's a good movie. All right, let's continue.
Way to bum me out.
It's a fucking sad scene.
Number three, Arrival.
I haven't seen it.
What can I say? Arrival is a story starring Amy Adams and Jimmy Stewart. Jeremy Renner.
You want me to do my...
Like, no.
I'm going to talk to the aliens. They don't want to talk to me because I'm obnoxious.
It's a sci-fi movie that's not a sci-fi movie where aliens show up to Earth and you think it's Independence Day, but instead what happens is Amy Adams is a linguist who must try to communicate and find a way to get a dialogue going with humans and aliens before time runs out when people inevitably go fucking batshit crazy.
Is this something to do with the military is going to take them out, though? Isn't that the timer? That's what I heard.
I won't say much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I'll just say that it is very realistic in this, and this is something we can talk about it now, is I love that first half. I think the second half is, again, sort of a little more typical of what you need for a movie to get made. But I fucking love this first movie because it kind of is a very realistic take on what you might conceive a conversation with aliens, because you go, they don't know our language, we don't know theirs. How do we communicate? And they go through it in a very methodical, very, very dry way, but it's engaging. Like the director, or if it's the acting, I don't quite know what makes it happen, but it just works so well in that first half. Then you get to the inevitable second half of, well, clearly, again, still realistic, is people are going to be scared and frightful of what the future is if they realize aliens are just hanging out above them, right?
Yeah.
So, it's so good. It's just so good. And to wrap this whole point up, Denis Villeneuve, who did Incendies, Prisoners, Enemy, Sicario, which was my favorite film of last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I've been stewing about this for the longest time. He reminds me so much of David Fincher, but I still haven't seen and this is actually to your point. I have not seen a great movie from this guy.
Yeah. Until now?
No, I still love Sicario more. That's his best movie, I find. But I want to see more from him. Like, he is one of the best working directors.
He'll probably hit his peak. Like, he'll hit a movie where everyone goes, "Yep, that's the Oscar. There you go, take it away."
It might be this. Well, no, who knows?
I was wondering if this would get Oscar buzz or not.
I hope it's this, because my worry is that he's working on Blade Runner 2049 or something.
That might kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Arrival, solid. What about you?
I will see Arrival. I didn't have a chance. Okay, we're number 3. This will be quick. Sing Street.
Hey, cool.
Hey, we're back. And we're back with Sing Street. Sing Street, what can I say? It's not my number 1. It could have easily been my number 1. My only issues with the movie, I can't really think on the top of my head other than there are a couple beats at the beginning of the movie that I always just, like him in the school and his relationship with his teacher. And I think there's a hint of like the fact that the headmaster, like, I think he touches the kids or something like that.
A little bit inappropriate.
I think so, because there's a part where he goes, like, "You want to come into my bathroom?" And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Then he goes, "No," and then he starts beating the shit out of the kid. And I'm like, that stuff never gets revisited, and I don't think you need to. I think it's just setting tone. But I thought that was so in there in a very strange way, where I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess that's in this movie here. That's not so much a flaw as I just thought that was a weird moment to kind of put in a movie that ultimately didn't.
But maybe
really
something that comes from reality, right? Where I feel
maybe
like
that was something that was going on.
Yeah, he just needed to sort of, maybe not part of his background, but something that he knows as part of that time and place, right? That he wanted to include.
There was a couple beats they kind of bring up and they drop. I think the whole subtext with the parents, like, it's weird because you have some notable actors in there, including Littlefinger and stuff like that. But then they just kind of drop off in a bit. Like, they don't seem core to the story, but again, just kind of builds that world. But they're weird because they just kind of take away from what the big story was. But overall, I really like that movie, and I hate musicals, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I really liked it. So yeah, number 3.
Hates music.
I hate musicals. I hate them. Drive me crazy. But Sing Street. Everyone should watch it. Small movie.
Sing Street.
It's great. Sing Street.
Speaking of throwbacks to different times, number 2, The Nice Guys.
Nah. That's
really
my number
high.
6.
Holy shit! Yeah, I know. I want to watch it again. I know it's on
Such a good
DVD
movie.
or something.
Yeah, it's out now.
I love Shane Black. I still haven't seen Predator, but I do.
But he didn't direct. He wrote Predator.
I know.
And he's in Predator.
I know.
Wait,
He's in Predator.
did he write Predator?
I think he did.
No, he's just in Predator.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
He wrote Lethal Weapon. He didn't write Predator. We're wrong. No, he wrote Lethal Weapon. That's his claim to fame. But he's in Predator, and now he's doing the new Predator.
I regret talking about Predator. So Shane Black, I know mostly from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You might know him from Iron Man 3. What else has he done?
Okay, so he wrote the Lethal Weapon movies.
The
Iron Man 3.
not Last Action Hero.
No.
Something Last Boy Scout. That's
Last Boy Scout he did. He's really big on his action. Iron Man 3, everyone knows him from, and The Nice Guys, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, there's more. He's done more, but I can't remember anymore.
But really good movie, really solid. Like
very good
I
movie.
like the chemistry with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. I read
yeah.
recently that the only reason Russell Crowe got into it was because Gosling got attached to the movies.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, sure, why not?
That sounds like a good pairing.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have a good time, and
Yeah.
they do. Like you can tell those guys had a riot during
It's
this
solid.
movie.
It's funny. The
Yeah.
daughter, Ryan Gosling's daughter in the movie, she's great. Like she's gonna be in Spider-Man, the new one, I think.
Yeah, she was cool. Her one friend's hilarious. Her friend who comes over is completely oblivious.
He's like, why is this happening?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, just so many good moments in it. I want to watch it just to kind of like let it sink in. I think it's gonna be in the same level as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for me, where it's just like weirdly rewatchable. Like I don't understand, even though. Funny thing about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is there's a few like parts of it that I feel is really problematic now that I go.
Yeah,
oh,
the
I can
movie's
watch
not my
that.
favorite, but but this
now I
one
can
is.
watch Nice Guys to replace that. It's gonna
It's
be like
true.
my thing that it's like that just vein of like really fun dialogue, really smart moments. They're all together. And for some reason, what's his name from one of the bad guys, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger, yeah. It's a good movie. It was a really good movie.
I don't have much to say because it's just
they sent it to die though. That was stupid. They released it in the summer. Like I hate these studios.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they think they want to release movies in the summer. At this point, don't do it. They sent it to die. That movie could have easily come out now. Or even it should have been a Christmas movie. It's Shane Black. Everything comes out of Christmas for Shane Black.
That was a hot,
I hope the new Predator movie is a Christmas movie.
It's supposed to be in suburbia. Fun fact. I saw it in a drive-in theater. That's the first time I've ever seen a movie in a drive-in theater. Nice Guys.
Nice Guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's fun.
Made
It's
out
super fun.
probably.
With a nice guy.
Maybe. All right, number two.
Number two.
Zootopia. Zootopia is what I think Disney should be doing with their movies. They're taking the right steps forward. It's not a movie that's based in anything they like do that's not in the tropes other than the talking animals, but they do so much to elevate the material to being more like it's a mystery. It deals with oppression. It deals with hierarchy. It deals with race. It deals with so much stuff. And then when you learn about what they took out of the movie, it's crazy.
It's crazy that the film works the way it does considering the production, right? I mean, they were going to do it based on the Fox's perspective. We were talking about this as breaking the mold, right? This is definitely a movie where I'm surprised Disney made this movie. Because it doesn't, like, there's definitely placeholders, like the fact it's anthropomorphized animals, all that stuff, but the subject matter's not at all in their wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy movie. It's definitely my number two. Great movie.
Number one, Green Room.
Green Room. We're back.
We're back to this again. I mean, you guys obviously knew. We're going to have overlap for movies. I really love Green Room, and a lot of the reason why it's in my number one and in this year is because I saw it at TIFF in 2015, and I never got the chance to talk about it on the podcast. So now I get to talk about it.
Technically, it was released.
Technically, it was released now, but I saw it in an early screening,
Yeah,
which God, that audience was great, man. I fucking loved it.
They were losing their shit.
And a lot of people are losing their shit, especially without spoiling anything. I mean, it gets violent, so there are portions of the movie where everyone, like, you can feel just everyone tense up and go,
Of course.
oh.
You think the director's like got a boner when he's watching with the audience, and he's like, "Fuck, I am owning all of you."
I am God. Yeah. What else is there to say? I think it's great. I understand some of the problems that Sean has with it. I can see them, and I don't always agree with them. But that's why we have these things, because we pick what our movies are. But Green Room is excellent. You should watch it. It is also Netflix. And if you can, watch Blue Ruin. They are two of my favorite movies.
They kind of
in
go
the
well
last
together.
few years. Yeah.
And color scheme as well.
Maybe don't watch them one after the other because you'll just be super bummed out.
Maybe watch Green Room and then Blue Room because Blue Room's slower at the beginning, so you'll have time to calm down.
Yeah.
And then it'll go back up.
And then go back up.
And then it goes chaos again.
Yeah. I'm just cutting it off because it's obvious why I like it.
Yeah, we've already spoken about it.
And
we're there.
It's a genre thriller movie, and I'm not usually into horror, but God, the practical. That's what I want to say. The
kind of
practical effects are just.
Keep it coming. Keep up those practical effects, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for my number one?
Mm-hmm.
This is where we don't overlap at all. In fact, this is a movie that I didn't see coming, but you know what? When Linklater comes out and he shotguns the fucking movie world in the face, like with Boyhood, he goes back and does a movie he is so excellent at that you can't even deny that it is not the best movie of the year. It's actually not. I'm pretty sure other people have best movies of the year, but it's Everyone Wants Some.
Because everybody wants some.
That's what he's waiting for you. Everybody wants some.
That,
Everyone wants some. Again, it's weird because I watched this movie with my wife, and essentially it's an all male cast. It's all with these baseball players, and it's all about them starting like right before college, and it's all about them kind of like starting their training and getting into college, and it ends like I think like right before the first day of school. So it's like a week in their lives, and you'd be like, that's a stupid movie, but because of how everyone these are all unknown actors too, because of how everyone is in the movie, because of how the story is told, because Linklater is so good at capturing just that slice of just that feeling. Like I even remember that feeling. I'm not a baseball player, but I remember the first week before you go into school, O week and all that stuff, that feeling of it is so precise that my wife, again, movie full of men, no one that she can really look to and say, hey, I'm there. But she was like, that movie was awesome. Like, it's a good movie. It's like that feel-good movie of the year. And this is the thing about this year. I'm going to say something about the whole year. Nothing really came out that crushed it to me. Nothing really was like that amazing. So this is why I went to Linklater, because when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I can't think of a time where I was like more enraptured by watching a movie than watching a bunch of baseball players deal with some not even major shit. Like not even major drama happens. It's just go to school.
The like slice of life. Like, everything is small scale, but it means it's so meaningful.
Yeah, and everyone is so good at doing their job in the movie, including Linklater being like on top again. I can't think of a better movie this year.
Let me ask you this one random question. What do you think of Wyatt Russell?
Who was that?
He's the blonde-ish guy. He's Kurt Russell's son.
Again, okay, I think I know what you're talking about because I remember I saw the guy and I'm like, he looks really familiar. And it makes sense if it was a kid. Look, I'll say everyone. Everyone's great in this movie.
Okay.
Everyone. And they're all like new actors. Like most of them are not like, there's no one really like outstanding like, hey, it's that guy. No, Ethan Hawke's not even in the fucking movie. Which is surprising.
He was too busy doing Boyhood.
Yeah, he was too busy doing other Linklater films. But like everyone's so good that I can't even tell you anyone who's bad. Everyone's great.
I did my honorable mentions.
Yeah, for sure. Go.
Number 10. It is not because it's the 10th best movie I saw, but it's actually the worst movie I saw this year, I think. Sausage Party.
I didn't like that movie either.
No, you felt it. You felt it afterwards.
That movie was not good. Whatever.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Late entry. Jungle Book. Oh my God, did that movie surprise me?
That movie's good. Good
Holy
movie.
shit. Great credits at the end.
Yeah. The credits are great.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what? Christopher Walken singing. Didn't think I cared, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, God.
Mowgli needs some work, but everything else is great.
He's whatever. He's passable.
Yeah.
Number 8. Civil War, *, the airport scene.
Yeah, I know. Civil War, everything that's...
Airport scene. And I'll argue the ending is a very interesting direction for them, that it's not a big climactic action scene.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll give it that.
I would say Civil War, not even the airport scene, because I think that scene's superfluous, because it's silly. Civil War / that end fight scene with all the three dudes.
Yep.
That part is so well done. Like, I was enraptured by that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is what it should have been. Why was the airport scene in this movie? Stupid.
Because they needed the big action
I
scene.
know, but that big action scene is the end because it's personal. When they fight because it's personal, it's awesome.
Number 7, Deadpool. Only because, again, fun movie, rated R, but it is going to possibly give us a Old Man Logan movie.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Deadpool, for giving us an R-rated Logan movie.
Like, I mean, it might not last long. I mean, how many R-rated Marvel R-rated superhero movies can you make? But
Moon Knight. I want Moon Knight.
Yeah. And number 6, Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Loved it.
Okay, good. Okay, here's honorable mentions. Well, this is my 10. This is my top 10. So from 10 to 6. Something that you haven't seen yet, I recommend. It's only on this late because it was kind of hard to squeeze in. Hunt for Wilder People.
I don't want to see it.
It's the guy who's doing the Thor movie, and he did We Live in the Shadows. This movie is hella good.
Yep.
I can't even think anything wrong with it other than it gets a little wacky, but that's not really a problem other than you just got to be in the mood for it.
Also, Sam Neill.
Oh my god, I did. Thank you. I love Sam Neill ever since, like, well, I guess Jurassic Park would be it, but then In the Mouth of Madness is another one I love. Thank you for bringing back Sam Neill. Thank you. Number 9, Don't Breathe. Number 8, Hush, from the director of Oculus. Really good. Another Trapped in the House movie, but it is solid. It's good. She's deaf, and she has to deal with a guy who's trying to kill her. And again, it doesn't really matter why he's doing it. The coolest thing about it is that you usually just see a guy in a mask, or a woman in a mask, if you will, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you." This movie tends to personalize them a little bit. That makes it pretty much next level stuff. It's pretty cool. This guy, Michael Dogtree, it's
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Michael Dogtree is the guy who does Trick or Treat and Krampus. Yeah, Mike Flaherty, that guy is on fire right now. Number 7, Jungle Book.
Call me Louis.
Louis. Yeah, it was a good movie. Number 6, The Nice Guys. We already talked about that.
The Nice Guys.
And just quickly to roll off, you don't have any more honorable mentions, right?
No.
So these movies I saw this year that were okay. Star Trek Beyond, which was actually better than okay, but it's a big movie, so who cares? Kung Fu Panda 3, I like that one. That was good. Conjuring 2, that was all right. Blair Witch, we'll talk about that later. It's good and bad. And Deadpool, which is good, and Moana. Those are good movies.
Moana.
Okay, we're done.
There you go. That is our top 5.
Top 5.